I believe that Jehovah Witnesses are the truest of Christians because they believe in salvation for ugly people. You know, and I go along with that. I do. I think that ugly people should also have a shot at redemption, that they should also have the chance to be saved. And my only objection is I don't think they should have the same heaven that we have. Yeah. Like, what good is it to go to heaven, you know? And there's a bunch of troglodytes there, you know, a bunch of gargoyles. And what good is that? You know, you want to enjoy one of the food the angels eat, and you got one of those heavenly sandwiches, and you bite into it, and you look across the table, and whoa, you lose your appetite. Well, that's no good. And why should we be virtuous? And why should we upgrade our moral standards and our standards of behavior if we're stuck with a bunch of ugly people? See? But Jehovah Witnesses, they solve the problem. See? They solve the problem because Jehovah Witness heaven is all filled up. They believe there's, I think there's 14,400 slots. They're all there. What do we do with the virtuous? They get heaven on earth. See? And I like that. I do. Because there's the Jehovah Witnesses are not a religion that's obsessed with cosmetics. You know what I mean? If they, like if you're a circus freak who gets tired of all the travel and the long hours and all the inhospitable company and the general working conditions, you can probably become a Jehovah Witness because they'll take just about everybody, you know. Well, I'm blackballed from the Jehovah Witnesses, but they'll take just about everybody else. They will. They'll certainly take ugly people. That's one thing, and I think that's to be commended. You know, I don't know if the Mormons take ugly people. I've gone to some Mormon services, and it's like wall to wall Marie Osmond. You know what I mean? You just wonder if how they did that. How did they pull this off? And they got all these good-looking women in one place, you know. And you wonder, if you don't smoke, you don't drink coffee, will you be surrounded by babes? Just wall-to-wall hotties everywhere you look, and they smell so nice. See? That's what the Mormons have going on. And I wonder about this a lot. I've heard different theories, like the guys who go door to door, you know, they're actually pre-screening or weeding out all the ugly people. I heard that rumor, and that might be true, because there aren't a lot of ugly people in the Mormon faith. There are not. No siree. And I should tell you, I heard this other theory, I guess you could say, hypothesis, is that they do send a lot of their people to far-off lands. And some of the people, I don't mean to sound chauvinistic, it's back in the old days, back in the good old days, Americans were the best looking people on planet Earth. Americans were good looking people, and we kind of lost that distinction. You know, we've got a a lot of chunky broads these days, and it's and the men too. I mean, not that I look in the same eye as I look at the women, but man, oh man, what happened to Americans? But the Mormons still have very good-looking people. So what do they do with their ugly people? And I hear they send them off to faraway lands to convert other people to their faith. And that's what I mean. It's because I'm not trying to be politically incorrect here. I'm not trying to be sound like... but what I mean to say is that Americans are still a lot better looking than some of the people who in the far-flung corners of the world. You know what I mean? I'm not going to name which countries, but the Mormons send a lot of people there. And you look at some of those. These are like National Geographic kind of countries where they send their the Mormons send their ugly people, and they look pretty good there. They do. They wash up real nice, and they go to those faraway lands, and people think these are good-looking people. If you're living, under National Geographic conditions, then even an ugly Mormon can look like something that you would want to aspire to. But the Jehovah Witnesses are not as obsessed with cosmetics, or they don't really seem to. Or they don't. That's not even an afterthought. I don't think it's just come one, come all. Everybody. The doors are open to everybody except me. I can't go back. But me and my ex-wife, we're barred from several kingdom halls. I think we're barred from all of them. It started with my wife wouldn't extinguish her smoking materials during services, and some of them seemed to think that was disrespectful, and then she challenged the congregation, the women and the men. She challenged them to a fist fight, either one at a time. And the Jehovah Witnesses, they're not all about fighting. That's not what they're... Oh, I lost that one. They're going to call right back, though, and I know who that was. That's Lakshmi. She's called... Hold on. I gotta take this. Hello? This is one of my favorite telemarketers. She's calling from Bangalore. She has the sultriest voice you ever heard, and I'd rather just take this call in private, you know what I mean? Okay. Hold that thought.